YouTube, what's happening? It's Friday, October 25th, and we got to talk about the NBA now. There are 10 matchups tonight that we need to look into. And as always, we're going to look at the betting information. And then actually, we're going to do my sheet for once because I got stats for everyone now. So now I get to actually utilize the sheet finally. So this will make things a little bit easier, hopefully. So we're going to do that. We're also going to look at the props like always to see if we can pick at least one side in total and at least one prop for every game like we've been doing. So it seems to work out. So yesterday would have been better, but Wemby and Fox were absolute dog. They were terrible. So it could have been better if those two actually showed up, but no, they both played awful. So it's a new day though. We have new games. So let's drop a like and subscribe. Let's focus on the first game right now. All right, for the first game, we're starting with Philly and Toronto. Yes, we got Philly by 5. Let's pop over to the numbers. Let me show you the numbers finally. I have it, and you can see it's all laid out what we do around here. This is assist turnover percent. That's block steals a game. Pace possession just shows how fast teams go. Your basic points, 2-point, 3-point rebounds, the rest, and then what they allowed per. So pretty simple stuff. Obviously, red's bad, green good. Pretty simple. So we're going to focus on these. We can see what we got here. And we'll also look over here at like their depth chart. So we can see one, ESPN does a good job of keeping up with this. So we can see if anybody gets hurt. We can look at it real quick. Like RJ Barrett's still out. So we know who not to focus on. So, and then for Philly, we can see Embiid is still out and George is still out. So unless something changes, they haven't updated it. You got these three going to be playing and then you're going to have others. So focusing on all of that, we pop to the numbers, we see the matchup. So the thing I'm looking at the most is that Philly gives up a lot of points, 2 and 3. The rebounds, okay. So, and then Toronto assists. I went through all the props already, and let me show you the one I already came up with. Let me bring it up on the screen. Props. So when it comes to props, I'm looking at, believe it or not, I'm looking at Kyle Lowry. That's where we're going. We're going Lowry for this one. And we are going to go for his points and assists. Let me show you why I am taking this. Because one, he hit 19 last time, 13 and 6. And then he hit this a good many times last year. So, and it's only 12.5. This one, you got good odds. So we're going to take him PA over 12.5. And based on the numbers here and based on the shooting and everything, the defense is terrible. I mean, 124, 136. You're sitting at 219.5. That feels kind of low to me. It feels a smidge low. I don't want to take Philly 4.5. I definitely don't trust Toronto plus 4.5. So with Embiid not on the floor, it feels like they're faster. It just does. Even though the pace doesn't tell you that much, it just feels like they do, don't they? So I'm going to take the over 219.5 in this one. We're going to take Lowry over 12.5 on points and assists, and we're going to move to the second game. Our second game, we're going to Brooklyn, Orlando. We got Orlando by 11.5 at a 215.5 total. Let's look at the numbers. There's your numbers right there. We can see that Orlando is good at rebounds and they are good at scoring. So we're going to want someone who's good at points and rebounds, obviously, because Brooklyn gives up points and they give up rebounds. Pretty simple. So we're going to take Orlando. I'm probably going to take 11.5 because I don't think, just like the last one, I don't think Brooklyn's going to have a really good season this year. So I just don't. And especially when, yeah, they got 116 points. They're tied for this, but I don't care. Like, if you can't do an assist, like, you're a bunch of ball hogs over there, aren't there? You're last in assists. Or you turn the ball over a lot. That's the only two things it can mean. So the defense isn't good. We know Orlando's based on defense, and then the offense is there. So here's Brooklyn's depth chart. You can see everybody's healthy, everybody's playing, so nothing's really standing out so far on this one. Orlando, same. Wendell, yeah, everyone's still there. Nothing really to worry about here. So the depth charts are fine too. The props, there's two things you could look at. I'm going points, rebounds. You can either go Franz or you can go Banchero. I'm gonna show you Franz first. Wagner, and you can see he hit 23 and 4. He always gets a low amount of rebounds, or he just busts out for like 10. So, but I think I'm gonna go with the stud himself. The dude balled out, 11 rebounds, 33 points. As long as he gets 25 and 8, this will hit. That's all we need. 25 and 8. That's 33 over 32.5. That's what I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna go Orlando 11.5 based on this information, based on who they're playing. It's at home. Fire up the song. Whoa, 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 Orlando Magic. Yeah, we're going to take that next game. All right, moving on, we have, we're going to focus on Charlotte and Atlanta now. Atlanta by 5.5 at a 226.5. Let's look over at the information. Actually, let's go to the depth charts first. So we can see Brandon Miller's out because he got hurt. I think it was his hip that got hurt in the last game. Josh Green's day to day. Mark Williams is out. So Hornets are having issues. They got LaMelo. So LaMelo is going to have to literally carry the team like he did last game. So, and let's look at Atlanta. We see Trey, Dyson, DeAndre. The whole team's there. Nothing's Bogdanovich is still out, but he's fifth, so we knew he was already out. So that's what you got. So let's pop to the numbers and let's see. Atlanta scores points. They're good at 2. It is average from 3. Charlotte's good from 3. They're both good at getting rebounds. They're both not good at assists and turnover, which is funny when you got Trey. That's kind of weird. But turnovers were factored into this. That's why I did it, because it matters. Blocks and steals, the top 9 each. Defensively, they both are great at not allowing 2-pointers, but Atlanta allows 3-pointers. So that's what you got. And then assists. So based on all that, the numbers are fine, but sometimes situations matter. And like we see, Charlotte needs LaMelo to carry the team. So if I go with the props, I come over here and I pop over. I'm just going to go straight LaMelo. And then let's take off PR because I don't want that. I think I'm just going to go straight PRA for him because he's going to have to do everything again, most likely. Let me see if I can find it for the whole. Just do it this way. So many props. There it is. It's 39.5. He had like 50 something last game combined. Dude's going to be close to triple double in a lot of games this year. Yeah, 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 34 points. If you bring all those down, he only needs 40. That's not bad. 2023, he hit over 39.5. He didn't play many games, but he had a stretch where he was just on fire, and then he had a stretch of like, so we're gonna rock with him today. I think he'll be okay today. So we'll take this, and then for the actual slide and total, we're going to take the over 226. I don't trust Atlanta's defense still. I don't care. They gave up 7. They're 116. They're going to be back in the 130s before you know it. They are. So give me over in this one. Give me LaMelo PRA next. All right, moving on. We're going to head over to Indiana and New York for this one. We got the Knicks by 4.5 with a 227 number. Let's look over the depth charts real quick. We can see that nobody for the Knicks is out. Everybody seems going to be playing. And then Indiana, same story. Everybody's good. Jackson backup centers day to day, but that's not the big deal. So let's pop over the numbers. We can see who's done what. 1 game sample, so we got to remember that they're both really good at 2s. Indy's struggling from 3 in 1 game, but the main thing that stands out to me is New York is giving up the most 3-point percent in the league of all teams and the best assist turnover ratio now given 1 game. So based on that, I don't like Knicks or Pacers on the spread, plus or minus 5.5. I don't like it. I don't like the total either. I don't like the over under. You can see New York is the slowest team. That's just by 1 game based on their pace possession formula thing. They're the slowest team in the league. Pacers are 19, so I don't want to take the over. Indy has terrible defense typically last year, so that would go to overs. And they look decent this year, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Now on the props, I'm taking 2 props. First one, we're going to keep it simple. New York is last in 3-point allowed, so why not take somebody who's decent at shooting 3s for him? All right, I will take Turner. Not only is it he hit 3 last game, I'm getting some plus EV. It should be 171, but the books have it at 130. Love that. And then 2023, you saw he likes to shoot the 3. So I will take him over 1.5 threes. And then we're going to take a real, just easy common sense play. Just give me McBride over points. I mean, when the dude gets in, he is a walking bucket. He had 22 points in the last one. I mean, he gets in the game, he's going to shoot the ball. That's what he does. He has 0 rebounds. He had like 2 assists, I think. Yeah, dude's going to shoot. That's all he does. He comes in, he shoots, he leaves. That's what he does. So give me to get him 11 points. Also with Turner, we're not going to do slide and total. Just 2 props. Next. All right, moving on. We're going Detroit, Cleveland next. We got Cleveland by 10.5 with a 228.5 number. Depth chart time. We can see, looks like everybody's good for Cleveland. Don't see any issues. And Detroit, we can see Thompson's still out, but that means Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to play more. So yeah, okay, whatever. So we see all that. Now let's look at the numbers. What do we got? Cleveland was amazing shooting in their 1 game and defensively too. So the main thing I'm seeing here, you see a lot of, it's Detroit. Detroit was terrible last year. They're not going to be good this year. We know this most likely, but Cleveland shot 65% from two, and Detroit gives up rebounds, and it's like, oh well, if you're a 2-point shooter, you're not going to take a guard. You want somebody big inside, right? Well, who's big inside for Cleveland? I mean, it's obvious. It's got to be the man himself. It's got to be Mobley. So we're going to come over here. We're going to scroll to the top. We're going to change players. We're going to go for Mobley, and we're going to take his points. 16.5. Let me show you. Last game, he hit this. He had 25 last game and 65% shooting. If he keeps shooting like that, I mean, you can be streaky in basketball too. So give me 16.5 over in this one. We're also going to take Cleveland by 10.5 because until Detroit shows they have a pulse, I just can't. I can't back anything with them. So Cleveland 10.5. Cleveland looks amazing. We'll see if they keep it up. That plus Mobley 16.5 next. All right, next up, we are going to go to Memphis and Houston. We got Houston by 3, 224 is the total over here. You come over here, you see you can get 221 on ESPN. So this is why you got to have multiple books. Shopping is important here. 1-over, so 1. A lot of the numbers are kind of the same, but nothing really tells a story on anything. So let me show you the depth chart. Just let's make sure that nobody's hurt because that's always important. I'll tend to forget depth chart sometimes, so let me pop over here. So Dillon Brooks is day-to-day, so we'll see. Maybe his minutes get limited. He might play, he might not. Memphis, Jaren Jackson's out. That's Vince Williams out. Luke Kennard out. Look at all these outs. Cam Spencer out. So, okay, so it's going to be a Josh show. And Edey was not good in his first game. So based on all that information, I don't like this matchup. I don't like anything on it. I think I'm going to pass on because I don't trust the side or the total. So we're going to pass on that one. But we are going to take a prop. And the prop we're going to take is Sengun. We're going to take his RA over 15. It was 14.5. You can still get 14.5 out there. So let me bump it down to that. There we go. 14.5. He had 23 last game. So not 18 rebounds, 5 assists. He's going up against a team that's they're 26 in rebounds allowed. Let me show you. 26 rebounds allowed. Assists allowed, not so much, but he does get a good many assists. So I'm going to take an RA combo with him. We'll do that one, and we'll move on to the next game. All right, moving on to Chicago and Milwaukee. You can see Milwaukee is 9.5 to 234.5. Let's look at the depth chart. You can see Chicago. You can see their stuff. Monzo is already out. Giddey, White, Levine, Patrick. Yeah, you can see this. Not the best lineup. We'll see. I have questions about Chicago this year. I don't know how good they're actually going to be. Milwaukee, I think is going to be amazing. Now, half the damn team's hurt. Brooks day-to-day, Giannis is day-to-day, Middleton's out, Trent's day-to-day. So it's Damian Lillard time. It's Dame time, baby. And that's what we're doing for our prop. We're taking Dame points. I'm going to tell you right now. I won his fantasy score, but... wrong one. Help if I had it already open because I already had a list. So let me go down. Let me open it up for you. Let's do it. And I got to go down to Dame. Let me show you the points because his points. I wanted his fantasy score. It wasn't up earlier. So because I think he'll do a bunch, but yeah, I just give me the points. 26.5. That seems good. Good odds. He's been hitting it a lot. 2023 hit this number 44% of the time. I'll rock with it. And especially he's got to carry the load, especially if these players aren't playing much. Yeah, Portis was another option I looked at too because Portis did pretty good shooting last time, but I think Dame's going to have his way out there, especially against Chicago, who allow 24th in points. Yeah, they give up 3 points. Yeah, that ain't good. Yeah, Dame 26.5. I'm taking Milwaukee 9.5 as well. We'll take those two next. All right, we're heading out west. We're going Golden State, Utah. We got Golden State 3.5, 3 at ESPN, 232.5. We pop over to the depth chart. We could see everyone seems to be playing for Utah and Golden State. Curry's day-to-day. Draymond's day-to-day. It's like, okay, well, that's crazy. Now, who's going to play? That's the issue. So, I mean, hell, let's look at the numbers. Let me show you the stats. It's hard to really bet on players that are day-to-day, which means they're slightly hurt, which means they might play, they may not play. Who the hell knows? So, offense looked amazing for both teams. Utah's defense didn't look good, but Golden State's did. So 1 game sample, obviously. If you want to take a prop, the props are hard right now because you could take Curry PRA because he's going to have to do the work because that's just what he does. He had 36 last game, but he only made 17 points. I expect him to get more points, maybe not 10 assists, 9 rebounds. But if you want to take that, I personally can't. I need to know people are playing, and I don't like this matchup. But I don't like Utah's defense enough to take Utah at home, if you know what I'm saying. and all that green's trying to push me to over, but I can't. I'm just going to pass completely on this game and just move on to the next one, which is fine. You can do that. We can pass completely, especially when injuries are involved. We need to know things. So pass on props, pass everything. Next. All right, we're going to Phoenix, LA next. Had to bring it up because you can see it. We can see it's LA by 120. It's 1.5 on the spread and 225 for the total. Let's look at the depth charts. Everyone seems to be playing. Vanderbilt's the only one that's going to be out. Looks like Christian Wood's out, and then some other down the line. I mean, Phoenix, Bradley Beal's day to day, but everybody else seems to be okay. Grayson Allen's day to day. That's about it. So no real issues anywhere there. So let's go to the numbers. We can see 1-0 versus 1-0. Defensively, Lakers look good against Minnesota. 17th in points. They shot terrible. Look at that 3-point percent. They were the worst, and it wasn't even close. The 29th is like 20 points away. It's like not 20, but there's a big gap. Let me put it that way. 16% is abysmal. So they were 6. Other than that, that's the main thing. They don't get many turnovers. Defense is all pretty good or average, so nothing's really standing out here to me. So, and I looked at the props and everything too, and it's like, I'm not really feeling any of this, to be honest. It's just not. I mean, I'll show you some stuff, but I looked through this and it's like, okay, nothing. I mean, yeah, we got a lot of green on some of these things, and it's just, I mean, 0 was just sort by this year. You can sort and then look at what they've done recently, the matchups, and maybe you want to take Tyus Jones assists. Do you want to? No, you don't. I don't either. So Booker assists. I mean, we could take Booker. Maybe it's like the best thing on the board. I've looked at it once, a couple times. He had 6 though. It was right at the number. We are getting plus value if we take it. It should be close to even money, but I don't like this game either. I just don't. There's this. It's one. No. I just can't. I got so many early games, I can afford to pass on a couple here at the end because there's no real advantages on any of these things. They're pretty matched up evenly, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna pass and just move on to the next one again. Okay, last up we got New Orleans, we got Portland, and it is New Orleans by what's that? 5.5? Yeah, 5.5. Let's look over at the depth charts. Murray is out. You still got McCollum, Ingram, Herb, and Zion. And then Portland, I think might be the worst team in the league this year. Even Detroit will be better, I think. Grant, Ayton, Denny, Sharp's out. So that means Kamara is going to play. Scoot, Simons, there you go. So there's your team. So let's look over the numbers. And it is pretty bad for Portland defense. So based on their scoring, based on all this, I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious what we're going to do. We're going to go for New Orleans points, and we're going to go double dip on their points too. We're going to pop back here, and we're going to go team props, and we're going to go Nolans, and we're going to go team total over. Whatever the number is, because it's around here somewhere. It is 112.5. 112.5 is minus 105. 111.5 is 126. We'll take 112.5. So New Orleans to get 113 points. That's what we're going to go with. We're going to assume they can get that many points. Let's see. NOTT over 112.5. Yep. And then we're also going to come over to the props. And we got to take a player from New Orleans to get points, because if you're going to hit this, you need this to help too. So who has the best chance? Well, Ingram had over 19 points last time. McCollum always seems to be a good bucket. Zion, no. So I think I want to trust CJ here. Let's go with CJ. Open this up. He had 23 last time. He went over this number 50% of the time last year. He has a great matchup against Portland. So give me McCollum to get 20 points. Right, we're keeping it simple here. So New Orleans team total over 112.5, CJ over 19.5 points, and we'll call it right there. Let's pop back to the schedule because we need to look at what's going on tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, we have another busy slate of NBA games, 4, 8, 10 more games. Cool, we like that. So I appreciate you watching. Drop a like and subscribe. Let me know what you're going to play today, and we'll see you tomorrow for 10 more games on Saturday. Peace.